Hey everyone, I'm Rob from Free Range Camping. Today, coming to you from a little locality called Jugiong in New South Wales. So Jugiong's just off the main highway. You can probably just see it up in the distance there, probably about 2 kilometres off the Hume Highway. We're between Gundagai, 40 kilometres that way, and Yass, about 63 kilometres that way. So it's a great little town. There's only a very small population, about 120 people. It's more of a locality. It hasn't got any major services, but it's jam-packed with a lot of other little things here. And I'm just going to give you a tour around the town today, what there is to see, and this little gem of a place we found where you can stay and camp at. So just behind me, what we've got is a series of boutique shops here selling a range of different gift ideas and products. It's made out of this rammed earth building, really beautiful old building there. So that's at the top end of town, and then if you just pan around you can see we're actually opposite the police station here, and it goes down into the valley down here, where at the back you've got the Murrumbidgee River, and the Murrumbidgee River flows right past the town. Okay, so we're here down in the middle of Jugiong. Now I was going to do this broadcast live, but the reception is here. We have got Telstra reception, but just not quite clear enough or strong enough for a live broadcast. So I'll take you through the town as we go. But as you can see here, there's your signs, give you a bit of an idea where we are. And up that hill, it leads to a lookout. So if you go to the lookout about 1 kilometre up, you can see over the valley and onto the river and the rest of the town. We're in front of the pub here, the Sir George pub. Established, it says, in 1845. I believe one of the longest continuous family-owned operations. Right up until about a couple of years ago, it was owned in the same family. So we're just going to take you through the pub now. It's a beautiful old building. The original old stone from the area was used when it was constructed. And this is the main bar area we're walking into here. You can see a lot of the old rock down the back there. Some of it's been recladded, the old timber lentils. And I love this bit. As you come down into the dining room here, we've got the old cellar down below, and it looks like they've converted that and put some tables and seatings down there, which is a great little area. But if we come through to the back section here, what they've done is added on to the back. And they've now got a cafe and bakery. You can see here the kitchen, and it leads off into the dining room. What it's got is a bit of fresh produce. So the bread here is baked on site, an absolutely beautiful bread. A few little conserves and local things from the area, some coffee. And we've got the dining area. This is the older section, as I say, and then we go out into the new courtyard. You see a really nice seating area here, lots of umbrellas. Great little building we found. It's actually the original laundry from when the homestead was built back in 1852, and they've now converted that into a little bakery. They've got some ovens in there where they break the fresh bread that you saw inside. And just up the back there, you can just see they're starting to build the new bakery. So that's going to be up and running soon. And then over here, a beautiful garden area. So one of the owners is an avid gardener and has a passion for gardens and that. And what she's done is a beautiful garden area here. It's got a children's playground there, cubby house. You can see just down the front there, a beautiful herb garden. It's got herbs and trees and that, which a lot of the produce they use in the kitchen. And then a little gift store up the back here. A range of assorted gifts in there, and 2 of the goats. Very friendly goats. Apparently they don't mind to pat the old goats and try to nibble at anything that comes near them. Just take you down back to the main street now. Actually, just as we come out of the pub, see a little box over there. So what it is, it's a little box on the side of the road where they sell fresh eggs. Just got laid, they call it, and when it's stocked up, you can buy your fresh eggs there. There's no shopping centres or supermarkets, so to speak, in the town. It's just a series, as I say, of eateries and gift stores and galleries. So this one's a long track pantry. been established here for about 13, 14 years. And we're just going to walk in there now and show you inside there. So the Long Track Pantry is renowned for its jams and conserves, and as you walk in you've got a full range of those here. Of course you can have breakfast and lunches here. It's open every day of the week except Tuesday. There's tasting there as you come in the door. Part of the Long Track is a little gift shop, so it's got its own gift shop that you can go through. And then there's through to the kitchen area here, and we'll just step outside now into the eating area. Now another little feature of Jugiong is Gino's. We found Gino's fruit and veggie. Now Gino's only here of a Wednesday, just one day a week from 10 till 4, and he's located up the back here of the Lickety Splits ice cream parlour. So we'll just give you a quick look at Gino's, because it's a great place to get your fruit and veggies if you are staying in the campsite across the road. Saves you driving into the big towns. It's all here on a Wednesday. And he's got a good range of produce in there. It's a bit of a combination of local produce as well as produce from some of the markets. All right, just around the corner from Gino's and next to the Long Track, we've got Lickety Splits Gelato Bar. Now unfortunately they're shut today, shut Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but open the rest of the week. Got a really nice range of ice creams in there. And beside that, the Jugiong wine cellar. This is a great little wine shop if you want to drop to have by the campfire at night. They've got a range of wines predominantly from the 4 locations around the area. So I'll just show you in here quickly. You can see quite a good selection of wines. I believe there's 4 distinct regions around the place. Hello, how are you? Yeah, good, thanks. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your wine cellar?
Yes, the wine cellar's been going for about 10 years. It focuses on boutique fine wines coming from Campground, Gundagai, Murray Bateman, Canberra and the Hilltops region of Young. So
excellent, good selection I believe.
Very good selection, about
yeah.
over 40 suppliers, yeah.
All right, and you got some other things in here, you got some giftware down the back and
we have,
products?
Yes, local produce from the regions and sculptures and art. So yeah,
all right.
lots of things happening, and we do wine tastings all the time.
Excellent, good to hear. All right, well thank you. So just out here we've got some of the sculpture that they sell at the gallery. And then as we leave the gallery, this is when we come to the park and the campground. So the campground here at Jugiong is actually the old showground, but what they've done is they've opened it up for free camping. It's absolutely gem of a spot, it's right on the river. If you can see the Australian flag down there, that's where the entrance is, or the main entrance to drive in to the showground or the campground. But I'm just going to take you quickly across the park here and show you some of the other facilities. So there's a great little park if you're just stopping for a few hours of the day. And then just in the background there you've got the local swimming pool. So the local swimming pool here is open from November to March each year. Small fee to get in. It also has showers in there, $2 a shower if you want to use the showers at the pool area. Or just to my left here is the amenities block. So this is the amenities block if you are camping at the campsite, but it's only got the toilets in there, so they're open all the time. Now just as we come down to this section here, what you'll see is the donation box. Now this is your donation box for the campground. Now yes, technically it's a free camp, but why they ask for donations is the cost in running the place. So they provide you water, they provide you rubbish, and there is a dump point here. Now all those things are adding up, so they would love a donation. They're suggested in the vicinity of $5. It just helps keep the town going and the campground going. The campground was started actually by the Progressive Association of Jugiong, and they put a lot of time and effort into it, keeping the grounds clean and tidy and maintained. So please don't forget, give them a donation and help them along. You'll see why as I show you the facilities and the size of this place. It's absolutely fantastic for campers. Now as you come around here, you'll see the main entrance, really wide as you come in there. nice and level, and that leads to the cattle grid. So that does get a little bit narrower, as you'll see, but it's still very accessible. We got in here with the bus, the big rig, no worries at all. And you can start to see some campers coming into play here. So the campground is massive when you get in here. Lots of flat areas that you can choose from. Got one to the left as we come in, a few shaded sites here right at the front. A lot of the people here obviously they come up the front just to use the facilities there. As you come in, straight in front of you, you've got your dump point. So dump point and lots of garbage bins. And there are water points spread right throughout the place. So it's not just the one here at the dump point that has got a hose, but as you go through the place, you'll see lots of different water points. You can just maybe see in the distance over here, we've got a tennis court, which is open, and there's 2 courts there where you can freely have a hit of tennis. The area in front here, I believe they still use for the odd polo event. They have a lot of the horses come out here and use it for polo. So yeah, best probably not to be on that area. But you can see our camp set up down the back there, and that's where the river runs right along the back, and I'll show you the river shortly because it's pretty magical down there. But absolutely huge area here, lots of room for the caravans. There's shade if you need it for solar, and obviously out in the sun if you need, no, sorry, I got that wrong. There's shade if you don't need solar, but if you do need solar, plenty of areas you can park out and get plenty of sunlight on your panels. Okay, so we're just down the front section, or the back section now, down in the river. There's our campsite, but you can see it goes for hundreds of metres up there, and that's all along the river. You can see caravans all up there. And then down here, the river, absolutely beautiful down on the river. So I'll take you down there so you can have a look. Just coming into our campsite here, just camping with some friends at the moment. Got the kids doing their schoolwork, bit of homeschooling there. And then there's little walkways like this at various spots along the river. This one's not too bad, some are steeper than others. A lot cooler down here, we've noticed, so you know, on warm days it's an absolutely ideal spot down here amongst the trees. I'm just hoping that my camera person doesn't fall and trip down there. And the river's part of the Murrumbidgee River, and at different times of the years the levels change because they do tend to let water out of the Burrinjunk Dam, which is just up the road. But in this section here, we were in here the other day, you could walk right across these rocks and get to the other side, and then it opens up into some nice deeper swimming spots where you can have a dip and cool down. It's an absolutely magic spot it's been. So from here, I'll just take you through town. There's a bit more to it and show you a couple of other areas that we've found and things to look at here in Jugiong. Okay, so what we've got here, this is the track leading down the far end of the campground. You can see the river's just down below us there, and there's lots of sites that come here. Now this track leads to the other end of town where you can see some more places. There's the Crazy Crow, the local service station, and a few other locations we'll show you. Just coming up to this section, we're just out of town by a few hundred metres, and we've got some tin sculptures. Now these are made by a local artist, and he's got a little gallery just up the road, which we'll show you shortly. So this is a local town motel, and apart from accommodation, we've been told they do some delicious meals in here. So they've got a good bistro type meals. And just up here, this is at the far end of town towards the Yass end, we've got the mobile service station. So that's your service station. It's got a small general store in there with a few supplies, and it also acts as the town post office for Jugiong. And that's the mobile here, and then you can see the road heading out there. That's the road back to the highway and off towards Yass. Okay, we're still here at Jugiong, and today we're going to go into the hut gallery. The gallery's open on the weekends between 10 and 4. Now if it's closed during the week, it's run by Keith and Joan, and they're more than happy for you to ring them by appointment and come and have a look. So Keith and Joan have had this place for 20 years now, and as you walk past you'll see some of the sculptures he does. Now he's a pretty famous sculptor, we're led to believe. He's got sculptures in basically every state bar WA, he tells me. He makes a lot of them out of old horse troughs and gas bottles and cylinders and boilers. He's big on the horses, but as you can see, a whole range of different sculptures here. There's some ladybugs up here in the little shack. It's an interesting place. It's got the gardens to it as well. Now, they were telling me that when they got here, there were no gardens at all in this place. So as you go up through the sculptures, you get to the garden walk just up ahead here, Grandma's Garden they call it. And it meanders through some really nice gardens. Once again, a whole heap of Keith sculptures. You can see an eagle up here on the left. Up the back, we've got Joan's domain. And Joan loves painting and does quite a bit of painting on site here. So up in the little shed up the back, we've got all Joan's artwork. Beautiful old rustic hut. Keith knocked up himself over the years. This is where Joan puts all her artwork out and makes cards, handmade cards. Just in this section we've got all Keith's farm animals, so a mixture of different farm animals and chickens and that. So yeah, that's the hut gallery. All right, we're finishing up today at the Quirky Crow. We're still at Jugiong, and the Quirky Crow is a new gallery, shop and studio that's just opened. It's only been open a week, so we're getting a first look inside. The Quirky Crow, it's a creation of Brian and Trish. They've had the property for 3 years and they've been developing it over that time. You can see Brian's in there painting away. And that's the studio side of it. And then in here we've got the shop and the gallery. We'll take you in for a quick look. So a shop here, and then we go into the gallery. And Trish tells me the gallery is full of artwork from locals and around the region. Very focused on unique and one-off pieces in the gallery. Mixture of pottery that she does, glassworks, and the paintings on the wall, they're all done by Brian. The theme, more Australiana type paintings. Years of work, and now they've finally got somewhere to put them all on display. We might just go around and quickly meet Brian, because there's something else I want to show you that Brian's created. All right, just got up with Brian. Brian, how are you?
Good, Rob. How are you?
Good, mate. We just had a look inside, but there's something I want to show everyone, because a lot of us are caravanners and motorhomers, and I believe you built something special over here.
Yes, I have. It's a Aussie gypsy caravan, I guess you could call it, Rob. It's something I from scratch, started a few years back, and I intend to actually hook a couple of Clydesdale horses up to it, being an old horseman, and travel around in it. It's built very light from Western red cedar, pressed metal ceilings. Everything's light. I can actually move it around myself. It's so light even though it looks big.
Well, that's something the caravanners love, something that's nice and light, isn't it?
Yeah, so, as you can see, it's easy to move.
And you're telling me you even made the spokes on the wheels?
Yes, I did with the help of another fellow though.
Yeah,
yes,
excellent.
Yeah. So
all right.
It's handmade on it.
And so what's going to be up inside? Just there'll be your sleeping quarters
and a veranda. It walks inside. There's a shower and toilet to the right, potbelly stove on the left, and I climb up to a loft top where I sleep.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's great. Well, if you're out here at the Quirky Crow, don't forget to call in and see Brian, and he's happy to show you the gypsy wagon and through the studio. All right, thanks, Brian.
Good on you, Rob. Thank you very much.
All right,
nice
cheers.
to meet you.
So that wraps up our tour of Jugiong. Hope you've enjoyed that. So much to see here. We've had a great time here looking at all the different places to see and places to eat. As I said, finished up at the Quirky Crow, and it's actually, if you look down there, you can see the driveway to the campground. So you can actually walk and drive through the campgrounds that way as well. So definitely worth checking out. Lots more information about Jugiong on the website, freerangecamping.com.au, or you can download the app and get it all on the app. All the places to stay and see that we've included here will be on there. Thank you.